sorted. There you are, Kristiane, and there's me.
There
Okay.
you are.
Oh, hello,
Hello.
Kristiane.
Yes, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Good evening.
Good evening. So, maybe we should present ourselves a little bit for
Let's.
these people. Do you want to start
Yeah,
saying a few
yeah.
words about who you are, Alicia?
Okay. So I'm Alicia Kohn. At the moment I'm in the UK, and Kristiane and myself will be introducing one of our next courses here at the Højskole. My background is in natural health, Eastern medicine. And well, I think I'd love to talk about the course soon, and little by little, viewers will get to know us better. Kristiane, please.
Yes, and my name is Kristiane Ravenfrost, and I am one of the co-founders of this high school. Besides that, I have been working with health and natural wellness, food and lifestyle since 1982. So I have a long training in it. And one of the things that I have been really, really engaged in is developing transformational methods, because one thing is learning to eat well. Another thing is actually doing it. That has shown to be a much more difficult. So for that reason, I got very early involved in this. How can we actually support people in doing it? So anyway, back to our course. We have developed together Activate Your Self-Healing Power. And we want to talk about a little bit about why Activate Your Self-Healing Power. What is the difference on that and healing? What is the basic principles behind and thoughts behind this course? And of course, 10 minutes isn't going to take us far, but we will come back on Sunday. So from now
Yeah.
on, every Sunday and Tuesday, we will be back and sharing a little bit more different parts and pieces, not just of the course, but there will also, maybe not today, but there will also be tips and tricks to your life. So this is our plan, and we're very happy to see you here. So
Yes.
let's
I
start
was.
talking about activating your self-healing power, Alicia.
Yeah. I was just saying good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Who knows where our viewers will be watching us from? Anyway, this will be on Facebook and on Instagram, I think, as well. So whoever cannot join us now will have an opportunity to look into this. And if you are live, please, you can type in your questions. But today will be a short introduction to our Activate Your Self-Healing Powers 2. It is the second edition, isn't it, Kristiane?
Yes, because we did a course last year.
Yeah.
That was a 10-day course. This one is going to be a 3-week course. But anyway, activate your self-healing powers. The body has an amazing capacity to heal itself. And this is sometimes overlooked. People think that a lot of medications and stuff is necessary. And yes, sometimes they can be very helpful. But many, many times it is my experience that the body has this amazing capacity to heal itself. We are replacing up to about 300 billion cells a day. That's a lot. There is absolutely no reason why they shouldn't be healthier than the ones we replace. And I think that we need to look a little bit on the power that we have here, because sometimes people kind of look at the body like a machine that needs to be fixed, that needs to have replaced parts from by help from medical. And yes, we can get there where that is necessary, and that's very helpful. But the body actually can do a lot by itself if we give it the right conditions.
And that needs to be stressed because it is not mentioned enough for what I've seen in my practice all these years. People sometimes overlook that they have the choice, and giving time to the body knows what to do.
Totally. And I think there is a big difference. I mean, I sometimes need to treat disease as well in myself, or tell other people to do. But for the most part, I have actually gotten around many years by now. Changed my lifestyle when I was, well, in 79 when I was 23. So that's a lot of years ago. Um, and most things I've been able to deal with by simply letting the body deal with it and getting out of the way. Now, there's many different ways we can get out of the way, but we'll look at them. But first of all, I do want that tonight we're spending a little bit of time talking about how can we create optimal conditions for the cells. Because what is 2011? I think I read the book from Bruce Lipton, which in English is called what is it? The Biology of Belief. And I read it in Danish. I'm Danish, and I was amazed because this made on what you say. This was in a scientific language, explaining what I had been doing all these years with the background in macrobiotics. What he was sharing was an experiment he'd been doing long time before epigenetics was becoming modern, about clone stem cells that they were given, if they were given different nutrition. And he's a microbiologist, by the way, and he was teaching doctors. And he saw that when clone stem cells were given different nutrition, then they would develop into fat or bone or muscle cells. So the same cells with the same genes would develop into totally different cells, all depending on the food they got. And that's, of course, like fantastic, because that means that genes are not destiny. It's not about what genes we have alone. It's also about which genes, how are they fed, the cells that apparently that activates different genes. That's known now I don't think Bruce Lipton knew that at that time, but that's known now with epigenetics, that different genes are activated by different food and different situations, even by different things we're looking at. Will activate different genes. So now, when we're looking at taking this one step further, what is nourishing our blood? Or what our cells are being nourished by our blood. Let's take that one first. So the same cell given different nutrition can change into different or become different things. And yes, this is only stem cells, but it also affects the health of our normal cells. Once a cell has become something, I'm not sure it can change back. That I don't know anything about. Science may know a lot more than me here. But what we do know is that the condition of our cells will change when they get different nutrition. So if we are seeing what is nourishing our cells, then it is the blood. And what determines our blood quality? Well, I've been doing macrobiotics for a long time, and in macrobiotics, we always said that our blood quality is determined by the food we eat, the air we breathe, our hormones, which is also emotions. That was not part of macrobiotics, but we know that very well today with modern science. And movement, that there's circulation and flow that brings the nutrition around. Somehow that's a very important part as well. So these are some of the building blocks that we are building our course on. So back to where we came from, what is actually nourishing our cells, and how do we create optimal conditions for our cells? By actually the food we're eating, the exercise we're doing, like the movement, like the breathing, like our dealing with our emotions, dealing it with how are we doing about life, living in harmony with our real values, things like that. That all affects actually our blood quality.
The liquid we are drinking, the
Yes.
quality of the liquid. There's so much that we need to look at. But it all pays in the end, yeah?
Yes, it does. And out of this, based on this understanding and our long life, where we have been working with these things, both Alicia and I, actually not together until about a year ago, but now we work together and enjoy it very much. Out of this, we have developed the Wheel of Health,
Mhm.
And the Wheel of Health, we will look more into next time. It's going more in depth with these 4 areas so that we can start looking at how more in depth things. And if you're interested in knowing more, you're of course very welcome to come to our course, but you can also just come to the next live streaming, um, which will be on Sunday at
Sunday.
5 o'clock.
Hmm.
Um,
5 o'clock
five
Europe
o'clock,
time. Hmm.
yes, Danish time, European time, not even English time where you
No.
are, Alicia.
Yes, I will be in at 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever time fits, is Central European time, 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
Um, that's when we will be doing it next time. I also want to say a couple of words about this course because it's built up so that the first week we are looking at the Wheel of Health and these basic 4 dimensions and going through them, each of them. Then in week number 2, we are diving deeper into food and the relationship with food. That's cooking for health and happiness. It's also a separate course. And the third week, we are looking into dealing with our emotions, dealing with our relationships, dealing with our life, because somehow that makes much more, what to say, very deep and very actually quick results to deal with our life. It affects our health very, very, very quickly and very directly. So these are the ingredients that's going to be in the course. We also have developed, this course is also can be continued not in the
Mm.
spring but in the autumn. We're having one here in May. We're having another one in September.
Yeah.
And in the autumn, we're actually continuing it into a training so that you can learn how to support other people in activating their self-healing powers. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. You don't have to, what can we say? You don't have to be living on a stone or fasting all the time or starving yourself. You actually have to just be living happily. That's what helps the most.
Very organic, natural. Yeah, we're rediscovering what organic and natural is like. These days we don't really know what natural is. We have to rediscover it, don't we?
Yeah. So
And yeah, that will be the holistic health activator course that you are talking about now. Yeah.
yes, that's true.
Hmm.
That's true. And I'm looking so much forward to it. I have already been doing parts of it, which is the coaching part of the more deep spiritual, emotional, transformational part. And I've already seen how well that works for people,
Hmm.
to help other people with that. The other part here, that education that includes the food and those things, well, we know that works. So it's more a question of putting it all together in one big thing. And once we do all the things, it's not like we have to do everything perfect. We can be very human in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Great. We can see. Well, Bob was showing, yeah, the the Facebook page before, and this will be up also on our Instagram. But please visit our website at auno.org, where you can find all these 2 courses that we've talked about and others, yeah, that you might be interested in checking out. Mm. And I guess this is the time is up, Kristiane, for today.
I think so, but I really enjoyed seeing you, and I'm looking so much more forward to you being here in person.
Yes.
So,
Yes, I so look forward to it. Yeah. Wonderful.
yes.
So, well, see you on Sunday then
See
to
you on
carry on
Sunday.
talking about the wheel of health and
Yes.
more.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.